So all we need to do right now is just to echo the username. So we just need to echo this out in order to see the ID. Okay, so I'm going to refresh, and once I hover around this profile, we should be able to get the user ID. Okay, so as you can see, we're getting ID 1 on there. So I'm just going to click on it, 1, and we should get ID equal to 1. Okay, so we got it right here. All right, so all we need to do now is to get the audio biograph of the user. Okay, so I'm going to head back to the profile.php, and where we have probably that should be here. Okay, so where we have all these links, I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, and from daily activity, I'm going to change it to profile. Okay, and probably make it look better. And I'll just okay, so now it looks more better. So if I come back, refresh, we should all this stuff should be gone. Okay, so all we need to do right now is to grab the necessary stuffs that we need. So I'm gonna do it right here. So open my PHP tag, and I'm gonna write an if statement. So if is set, then we're gonna use a get super global variable to grab this ID. Okay, so user underscore ID. So if is set user underscore ID, then I don't know, I'm putting two ifs. Okay, so we're gonna grab the ID. So ID is gonna be, actually let's just say user underscore ID is gonna be equal to $ underscore get user ID. Okay, so we're gonna write our query. So query is gonna be equal to MySqL underscore query, and we're gonna pass in our connection variable. And the next thing we're gonna do is to select all from users, where ID is equal to the user ID variable that we have right here. Okay, so let's fetch it out. So let's say while row is equal to MySqL underscore fetch underscore assoc. So we're going to be grabbing it as an associative array. Okay, so passing the query, and we need the ID. Okay, so ID is going to be equal to row, and we have the ID. We need the username. So user name is going to be equal to row user name. We need the first name. First name is going to be equal to row first name, and same goes for last name. Last name is going to be equal to row, and all these stuffs are what is coming from the database. Okay, so these are the database column names. Okay, so you're gonna understand that really soon. That will be last name. Okay, the final one, which is the let's see, what's the final one? I think email. I'll just go with that. Okay, that's not the final one, we need more also. Okay, so email, I'm passing the email. We need the role is going to be equal to $role, and we have the role. And the final one is num underscore post row num underscore post. Okay, so now that we have all these variables intact, we just need to change to the PHP. Okay, PHP. Okay, so where will we getting it? There's the username. Let's try to see if we can get the username. So I'll just echo the username variable, username. Hopefully that was what we called it, username. Okay, so I'm gonna save and come back, refresh, and we still get the username. Okay, so we're getting it, and probably remove some spaces. there's a lot of space going on right there. So where we have the username, where was it? Okay, that was here. Okay, so I'll just get rid of the space. Okay, cancel. So what I'm going to do is just copy. I'm going to copy this. Okay, so copy, and we're going to paste it. Okay, so this is going to be first name, and this is going to be last name, and this is going to be the email, and role, and number of posts. Okay, so this is going to be num underscore post. It's going to be role. This is going to be the email, last name, first name. Okay, so the final thing we need to do is to echo them out in the input fields. So I'll add the value, open my PHP tags, and where we have the first name, we're going to echo first name, and just copy it, copy from here to here, copy. Then in the last name, also do that, change this to last name. Where we have about me, I'm gonna get rid of that, I think. Okay, get rid of, and also get rid of the country, the birthday, I'll get rid of that as well. Occupation, get rid of it. Email, I need the email address, so I'm gonna paste and say email. Then mobile, I don't need the mobile, get rid of that. Website, also get rid of that. Okay, so I don't need to also, okay, let's just add another, just copy that and paste it for the password. Okay, so the type is going to be a password. Okay, so I'll just leave the ID, and I'll remove the value and add a placeholder of password, and I'll get rid of these buttons as well. So what I'm going to do is to add the input, type of submit, the name is going to be update data, and not update update. Okay, so we're going to add a value, and it's going to be save, and the class of btn primary. Okay, so I guess that's it. And before we end this section, let's just add a method. It's going to be a post method, and the action is going to be submitting to includes /function.php, which we haven't created yet, but we'll create it in the next lecture. Okay, so we have to update the data of the users. That's if the user wants to add some features to their data, like we want to change their first name or their last name, we also have to change that. Okay, all right, so let's just see what we have so far in the browser. So I'm going to refresh, and we should get everything. Okay, so we have the first name, the username, we have the first name, last name, the email, the role of an admin, and let's check our form, and you can see we're grabbing all the stuffs in a form. So we just need to change this email to password. I didn't see that. Okay, so back to here, I'm gonna say password. So come back, refresh, and we should grab the label, which is going to be a password. Okay, so we've gotten all the things we need, so we can go back to the dashboard, and if our dashboard is taking us to .html, probably we need to change that in our navigation, so where we have our sidebar, and we should change that to .php. Okay, so save, and let's go back. .php, and it should take us to our administration folder. Okay, so we can click on the profile, and we're gonna grab all the details of the user that's currently logged in. Okay, and we can, in the next lecture, we're going to work on the functionality that updates the values of the users. Okay, so I'll see you then. Bye.